Sagittarius. Okay, so we're just gonna see what the moral of the story is, what the message is for you. Hopefully we get some good things. Ooh, it came out fast. All right, so we have rest and rejuvenate. Okay, so I feel like we're gonna be talking about more of the past situations that you've been encountering versus what you're going towards. Rest and rejuvenate is a card that talks about stopping, sitting, resetting yourself so that whenever you actually do move forward, you're able to take on whatever is coming your way. So there's a lot coming your way. We're gonna see what that is. But this is not a card to play with. When this card comes up, it means you really need to like literally go to sleep or lay down or meditate or whatever you do to reset yourself. You need to do that now. Okay. All right, Sag. I feel like Spirit is saying it's time for you to have a seat. Like your season is over, so have a seat. All right, let's see. All right, Sag, not too bad, not too bad. So the Eight of Swords is here, which means that you were contemplating a lot in the recent past, or you were dealing with a mindset of confusion or back and forth or stagnation. This could be for a multitude of reasons. Whatever it is based on your life particularly, but the Eight of Swords is that energy where it's like you're literally not making any movements because you cannot make up your mind. You can't figure out what you want to do, what you don't want to do. That's not a good space to be in. What I will say is you weren't messing up because the Eight of Swords is about stagnation. So at least you weren't putting your energy into something negative. You just weren't doing anything. So that's a good thing. Currently we have a Seven of Wands. So this energy is not always fun because you have to prove yourself. You have to stand your ground. You may have opposing energies coming at you at this time. But the Seven of Wands says that there will be an upgrade, especially if it's dealing with career or tasks that you need to complete. You will be doing that and you'll have some sort of like upgrade within that endeavor. Like I said, with the Seven of Wands, it usually means that you have certain people or certain situations coming at you, circumstances. So you have to prove it to yourself, but also to those opponents around you. So that's not always the best situation to be in, but you'll be okay. Seven of Wands pretty much says that you can either lay down or you can get up and do what you gotta do. And if you get up and do what you gotta do, 100% you'll be okay. But it's just not a fun energy for most people. So that's where you're at currently. This could be within your work life. That's what I'm feeling. But I also feel like it has more to do with like people feeling like you have to prove who you are. Like as a fire sign, as a Sagittarius, you're like, why do I have to like show you what I'm made of? Like, why can't I just be myself? Or people are like challenging you and what you're made of, your morals and things like that. Moving towards the future, you have the Four of Wands, which is a gorgeous card. I love Four of Wands. The Four of Wands basically means you're about to set some roots. You're about to set up the foundation to really thrive the way you need to, which lets me know that with the Seven of Wands energy, you basically did what you were supposed to do. So I know I'm jumping ahead in the timelines or whatever, but when you see the Four of Wands as your outcome, this is absolutely amazing. Like really, really good. So I did want to see why, like what's challenging you. I feel like it could be people, but let's just see. It's like you had this big choice to make or something like that. Should I do it? Should I not? And then right now you have people challenging your decision that you did make. And now, like moving towards the future, it's like, it looks like good news, but I need you to see that. Like it is good what you did. Your choice was right. That's the message. Yeah, Seven of Cups. Okay, so you got two number sevens, like I was saying. So you have two sevens, and seven is ruled by the planet Venus, which is about upgrades, beauty, and value, right? So whatever is challenging you, this is something that's in your everyday life. Like every single day you encounter whatever this challenge is or whatever this obstacle is, which obviously would make things a little bit harder for you. But what I do see is that little by little, you're chipping away at this opponent or at this circumstance. So, which obviously leads to why this Four of Wands, which is a very beautiful outcome, this leads up to this progression, to this foundation, to this newfound, what's the word I'm looking for? It leads up to this newfound, I don't know, statement is the word I'm getting. Like, it leads up to you being able to have a statement, a foundation of who you are, or what you're trying to prove, or what you're trying to build. So the blueprint, yeah. So the blueprint. I think this deals with your career. You may have people telling you you're not doing the right thing for a career, or even your living situation, your lifestyle. Maybe you chose to move to a new place or something like that, and people are questioning you. Maybe the way that you live is not conventional to everybody else. Like, let's say that you don't want to get married, or you don't want to have children and things like that. People may be coming at you really hard right now because of who you are and what you're standing on, just as an example. And I feel like as long as you day to day reinstate yourself saying like, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm doing it because I chose to do this. And you stick with that. This Four of Wands is saying whatever you want to build will be built. Absolutely. And especially if you're working with the person on this, like a close couple situation, or if you're looking for that, you will have that coming towards the future. But right now you got to stay very firm on what you believe. That's one of the main situations that I'm seeing here. You've had time to be stagnant. You've had time to stop and think about what everybody else is saying. But now, Sag, you have to make that decision for yourself. And I think you will, or you have already. Let's see, Seven of Pentacles. It's also dealing with your routine. So this could have something to do with, like I said, how you spend your time, or what you spend your time doing, who you spend your time doing, child. People have a lot to say about it, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do what you feel like you need to do. This is a very interesting message because, Sag, you usually don't care like what people have to say. Like, you really don't care. Like, I know a lot of signs claim that they don't care about shit, but you really don't. So I feel like whatever this is, the people that are coming at you, it really could be important people to you, or it could be something where you're really defining who you are as a Sagittarius, as far as your morals, or like your goals, and, you know, things that are really important to you. So just take your time while doing this. Remember, the oracle message is rest and rejuvenate. So don't rush into any decisions. Like, really take your time. But whenever you do make that decision, you stand firm in that, and you don't budge, because that's what it needs to be for you. Because if you do that, your outcome will be the Four of Wands, and this Four of Wands promises prosperity. Okay, so the choice is yours. The choice is always yours. Nothing is set in stone. Even this reading is not set in stone. But what you have to remember is whatever you say, you need to stand on that. Okay, you do what you feel is the right thing to do. And fuck what everybody else got to say, really. Like, do what you gotta do. Yes, Sag, like I said, this is a very interesting message for you, because this is not really your energy, but I feel like some of you are coming into that Sagittarius energy of really understand there's a bigger picture behind all of this. So, and the number 4, just FYI, the number 4 is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter energy is your planet, like your Jupiter. So basically that means expansion, like really making things bigger than what they are. So expansion in any form. So if you choose to go a certain direction, understand that that's going to come with a bigger, more in-depth, I can't think of the word. Jupiter. It's going to come with you actually being able to prosper, because you have more avenues. You get to see a different horizon. Does that make sense? And whatever you're trying to fulfill for yourself. So whatever you choose, stick to that, because you're going to see the expansion come with whatever that is, good or bad. All right. So that's your reading. Sag, I think you're coming into yourself. I think you're becoming more of who you are. And sometimes it's not as easy as it sounds, okay? Even for a Sagittarius. So good luck on all your endeavors, and I will see you in the next reading. Oh, wait. But before you go, make sure you subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell, because when you do that, you'll be able to know when I post for your sign, or food for thoughts, because I know y'all love those. What else? Oh, when I go live, things like that. So just make sure you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell, okay? That's all I got to say, Sag. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.